I want that young girl, whether she's in the hospital going through her amputation and has no idea what is to come and what's possible, or someone that acquired a new disability or whatever it is, to know that so many opportunities are out there. I got into rowing when I was 13, and by no means was it for competition or competitive rowing at all. I had no idea. And honestly, I hated the fact that the way it was approached to me that I should try this sport is because they called it adapted rowing. And as a 13-year-old, you kind of like, that's when you start to think you have the world figured out. And like, why do I have to be? You start to know like, okay, well, I don't want to be in this group just based on my legs or the fact that I don't have a leg. And so I didn't want to do it for the longest time and was so resistant to it. And then my mom was just so persistent, was saying, just try it one time. You never know. You might love it, you might hate it, and you don't have to go back to it if you don't like it, but just try it one time. And oh my gosh, it's the best thing besides adopting me. My mom saved my life twice. She saved me from Ukraine, and she saved me by introducing the world of sports to me. And the minute I got on the boat, I've never finally felt like I've belonged somewhere more in my life. I've never heard of the Paralympics. I had to Google it. But then I saw that it was coming in 2008, Beijing. Summer Paralympic Games were coming. I found out that someone like me could represent my country, that I could represent something so much bigger than myself. And in this sport, I fell in love with it and with that idea. And then so I tried to make the 2008 Summer Games, and I did not make the games. And then I put everything I had in my mission is to be in London in 2012. And that was my goal. I devoted my whole life to it. I quit working and I moved out to Florida to train through the winters. And my rowing partner, Rob Jones, and I then qualified to go to London. And we were lucky enough to bring home a bronze medal for Team USA. And standing on that podium made me realize it was the first time almost that I kind of believed in myself and believed like I'm capable of doing more than I really gave myself credit for and gave my body credit for. In 2013, I had a back injury and I was told by doctors I would not be able to row at that level anymore and push myself. And around that same time, there was an event where one of the coaches from the US Paralympic Nordic team invited me to try cross-country skiing. And then I found out the games were in 2014 in Sochi. And then the motivation changed. Two things happened. I wanted to make my first Paralympic Games as an individual athlete, knowing I'm on the start line, and wherever I finish, it's because of the time that I put in and the work I put in. And I want to see where I could be by myself, instead of wondering my rowing partner in rowing, Rob, was it because he was so strong that we were able to achieve this medal, or could I actually give to the team? And that was in Sochi, was where I ended up surprising myself and the whole entire team with getting on the podium twice. It was a silver and a bronze medal. And that's where I was like, oh my gosh, I think I belong here. I love this. I thrive off competition. This is where I'm meant to be. My Paralympic career and athletic career is coming full circle because Beijing 2008 is where I missed out on the games. And now I get my second chance to go back to that city where I missed out, where I first learned about it. And not only am I going to go there just to race it, but I'm going to go there with the intent to bring home Team USA gold medals and being a confident athlete at those games on the start line. So I'm pretty excited. My dream would go to LA 2028 home game or in Salt Lake City, but then I'd be really old in Salt Lake City, which is the Winter Games. But I would love to compete in LA in 2028. But even if I don't make it as an athlete, I know I will be there as a coach or helping in some way. And my life is definitely going to be around the Paralympics and helping that Paralympic movement and awareness grow. So that way Paralympic athletes, adapted athletes, are being seen on the same level as Olympic athletes. And it's not just, oh, that's so sweet, you do sports, or that's so cool. Like they see like, wow, that is amazing. How was that race? And they view athletes in the same equal way as we do the Olympic athletes.